Friday evening, friends and neighbors. Tesuiji at the desk with the grandest salami, JPBO first year draft. For those of you unfamiliar with the grandest salami, it's an online league I've been playing in for, 12 in-game seasons. The Kansai Cubs, my club, are 3-time Nihon League finalist in the Japan series. We won in 2043. We lost to the Kyoto Aces, run by Connor Ludwig, in both 2042 and this past season. So, will be interesting to see how this draft shakes out. For those of you unfamiliar with the draft scheme, the way it works is that all teams have submitted to me in advance a list of the players they wish to nominate. I take the first player from everyone's list and compare. If no one else has named that player goes to that team that named them. If more than one team has named a player, we do a lottery to see who has been selected. Any team that loses a lottery goes back into the first round and on to the... Caged. Yeah, I know. It's a problem. But also hashtag deal with it. Any team that has not selected a player will continue to select using this method until all 12 teams have players selected. So there is an element of crap shooting involved here. You got to know when to zig, when to zag. 2 new GMs into the league. Crichton has taken over the Yokohama Astrals, formerly run by Eddie Conway. And Snaggle J has finally hung up the cleats. Ale Out War has taken over the Saitama Panthers under his Japanese alias Zenmen Sensou. Let's get into the scene from the Shinagawa Prince Hotel. As per usual, there's the draft board up. I will flip between game and results. I think I need to move the game screen over here. Will that work? Yes. Okay. Yeah, there was definitely a few top talented players here. Caged. Full agreement there. It will be interesting to see who falls out of the first round and who can then be scooped by anyone. I mean, let's face it, my team has not had the best luck in the first round. Yuto Hara has turned into a bust. Noriaki Kawamura was drafted as a two-way guy and couldn't do either thing particularly well. Gota Moritani was a straight-up whiff. And last season, I think it was... I'm trying to remember, which was the year that Akihiko Wada was the second-round pick, and he's turned into an absolute ace for me. So, crapshoot. No such thing as a pitching prospect. Let's get into the weeds.
第一巡選択を希望選手東京禁止
Recently taken over by Sergeant Mushroom of all people.
Kaneko Nico Gayashu Tohoku Koto.
There's our first selection, first by Sergeant Mushroom in his new role, taking over the Tokyo Golden Kites, which you kind of want to see because they're supposed to be like the premier franchise and they've been mismanaged and not managed for so long that they're overdue for getting someone competent behind the wheel. This is the look at Nico Kaneko. Let's flip that over to NPB stats, or JPBO, not league redacted, shush. So durable, coming out of Tohoku High School, committed to Waseda University, but that's some real two true outcomes power there. You look at the 36 doubles and 20 home runs in 2043. You look at the 1.5 slugging in his sophomore year. Defense could probably do better. First baseman, corner outfielder, DH type. But that's a few tools already locked in. Some good dev labs, and Kaneko is, like his name suggests, the real deal.
Yokohama
The Astrals.
Kaneko Nico Gayashu Tohoku Koto.
So that's 2 teams in for Kaneko already. Top talent being scouted quickly.
仙台
Been a rough couple seasons for the Woodpeckers, but for years they were the class of the Zenkoku League.
Kasumi Shuji Nayashu Okayama Shoka Daigaku.
And there's another name off the board, another top talent here in Shuji Kasumi. And yeah, for a college player, I mean, Okayama Shoka, not exactly well known for competition. There's no Tokyo Big Six or Kansai Big Six, but Hard Rock here, you're looking at someone who can already be a top talent. 20 home runs or more in each of his 3 college seasons. You worry a little bit about the decline in OPS, but the defense could probably do better. Might even have some sprinks of outfield play, so it could be a 2-way player or a utility dude. You'd want that arm to be a little bit stronger for him to be a shortstop or a third baseman, but still, that is a very talented player. Yeah, Caged Wisdom, GM of the Jaguars, same thought. Great profile, young for a college player. Good pick for the Woodpeckers.
Fukuoka
Run by P. Alfonso, taking the former Chiba Pirates franchise.
Kaneko Nikko Gayashu Tohoku Koto.
3 teams in for Kaneko.
Saitama
Zenmen Senso's now with his first draft selection.
Takabayashi Yasuo Toshu Hanasaki Tokuharu Koto.
And we have another name on the board. This one, a high school pitcher in Yasuo Takabayashi. Yes, tin stap and all that, but the talent is there. Never mind the change oof. He's already got 2+ pitches in the fastball and sinker. He mixes at least one of these off-speed pitches develops. You're looking at top talent. Everyone's going to go gaga over the 12-0 debut in the high school level, 115 innings pitched. So maybe there's some injury. No injuries, just fatigue, I guess. Slowly moved out of a starting job. The talent is there. It's just a matter of, will it develop? Panthers did just finish developing Yukichi Tahata. Meme Lord who runs the Bruiser saying, next Jinan Kyoto? Maybe. But yeah, it's an interesting profile here from Takabayashi. We'll be interested to see who else picks up this youngster.
Sapporo
Speaking of the Bruisers, sneaking into a postseason spot by the skin of their teeth, beating out the Panthers by a full game on the last day of the season.
Kasumi Shuji Nayashu Okayama Shoka Daigaku.
2 teams in for Kasumi, the college infielder.
Hiroshima
Run by Brennan. Last season missing the postseason, but not by much.
Takabayashi Yasuo Toshu Hanasaki Tokuharu Koto.
Make that 2 teams in for Takabayashi, the high school pitcher. Imagine some sort of like big Koshien experience that he had that explains why he's so good right now.
Kansai
Your 3-time defending Nihon League participants in the Japan series.
Kasumi Shuji Nayashu Okayama Shoka Daigaku.
And of course, the team that drafted Yuto Hara and Koko Sugai is going to go for the college infielder. What? I already employed Terushi Hagihara and have Harutomi Fubuki and have Noboru Yoshizawa. I have a type, you know? Infielders, man.
Kyoto
2 out of the 3 last Japan series have gone to Kyoto. All of the last 3 have been in the Kansai area. So, really the hub of Japanese baseball right now. Let's see who the aces are going to take.
Nakata Tsuneteru, Nayashu, Kanazawa Seiryo Daigaku.
A college infielder in Tsuneteru Nakata. Excuse me one moment. There we go. The gap power leaps out right away. The defense leaps out right away. The speed leaps out right away. This is an interesting option. Tsuneteru Nakata. Yeah, a couple of people going, huh? Maybe this might be a zig for the Kyoto Aces. Casually putting up 46 stolen bases and 14 triples in his one college season at Kanazawa Seiryo. Interesting call here. Let's see if anyone else goes for the zag here. Ludled also saying 60 outfield range. Yes, so potential utility dude as well. Very much an Ukyo Shuto type profile, if you know, if you've played in the WBC mode.
Nagoya.
Hashtag fin it to win it. Leanne took over the club and they made the postseason last year, finishing second and dropping their first round series to my Kansai Cubs. Let's see who they take.
Kasumi Shuji, Nayashu, Okayama Shoka Daigaku.
3 teams in for Kasumi. Or 4, I might have lost count.
Tokyo Jaguars.
Caged Wisdom's club, finishing tops in the Nihon League, winning the pennant again, but coming up short in the postseason.
Takabayashi Yasuo, Toshu, Hanasaki Tokuharu Koto.
3 teams in for Takabayashi. See the dolphin emojis in the chat for hashtag fin it to win it.
Osaka.
The Bulls have not missed the postseason in the human era. It's an honest question what it'll take to dislodge them from their perch atop the Zenkoku League.
Kaneko Nikko, Gayashu, Tohoku Koto.
And that completes it. 4 teams in for Kaneko. Let's see the final board.
ラウンドが完了しました。抽選の管理をするためにぜひお越しください。
Congratulations to the Kyoto Aces for successfully zagging on Tsuneteru Nakata. That is the 3rd ever uncontested selection by the Kyoto Aces. They haven't had an uncontested pick since 2037. So good for them. And now the fun part. The draws. Let's do the one first for Nikko Kaneko. The Vipers, the Astrals, the Golden Kites would all love to have him. The Bulls don't need him. Let's see who gets the top prize. Not fair. This game is not fair. Osaka wins their first round pick since 2038. Fukuoka still hasn't won a first round selection. That's just rough, man. Congratulations to the Bulls. Let's go to the next pick Shuji Kasumi on the board now. Woodpeckers, Bruisers, Dolphins, and Cubs. 3 postseason teams and the Woodpeckers. Let's see where Kasumi is headed. The Woodpeckers have secured the rights to Shuji Kasumi. Fortunately, Kaneko was bait and will flame out immediately. It is the first lottery win ever in the first pass for the Sendai Woodpeckers. They finally got one in. This is a great day for Sendai, and as a result, all of Japan. Kansai Cubs go to 4-14. Sapporo 5-16. That at least gets the Woodpeckers out of the dumpster. Can't believe that's their first ever first round pass. They've won second and third rounds before, but not in the first. And now for Takabayashi, Panthers, Jaguars, Phoenix. in the second pass of the first round.
第一巡選択を希望選手
I need to turn my volume up. Excuse me. There.
東京禁止
Fukuzawa Taimei. Nayashu. Kobayashi Nishikoto. All right. Caged Wisdom saying he was expecting Fukuzawa to get a few calls. Well, let's go see what all the hubbub's about. And yeah, for a high schooler, that is some mighty power. We're already looking at someone who can, or a batting, I should say, barely strikes out, batted 454 or 544, sheesh, in his first year at high school, 461 in the second. Defensively, second or third base, but this is someone who, with a number of tools, can develop into a dynamo on the infield. Springs of outfield, but you really wouldn't want to play him there. Pesky is the name of the game, and if the power develops, watch out. Yeah, a lot of people... Yeah, you should just list your top 12 players in exact order on the list, unless you really, really want someone down ballot like Connor did.
Yokohama
Let's see who the Astrals named. Mizumoto Toyoji Toshu Hayatomo Koto. Another high school arm, this one in Mizumoto. Take a look at him. You think, look at the change oof and you go, okay, maybe this is a bullpen guy. If he is, he's a very long bullpen guy, and who knows if he could pick up another pitch or develop that change oof. We're talking about someone who's been pitching better and better every single season, to the point of 7 wins above replacement in his graduating year. That K per 9 has not gone below 12. So you look at the stats or you look at the ratings, either way, that is a solid option. Connor just didn't want to deal with a spin. All right, Mizumoto. Interesting call here from the Astrals.
Fukuoka
Let's see who the Vipers nominated in next on the ballot. Fukuzawa Taimei, Nayashu, Kobayashi Nishikoto. 2 teams in on Fukuzawa. Golden Kites and Vipers, both of them could need it.
Saitama
Panthers, trying to gain some ground here. Mizumoto Toyoji, Toshu, Hayatomo Koto. 4 teams in and only 2 names called. Uh-oh. How many wheels are we going to need this time?
Sapporo
See who the Bruisers will nominate. Jihara Haruo Hoshu Senshu Daigaku. A college catcher, and there's a bumper crop of catchers in this year's draft as well as this year's free agency market. It's interesting to see. The defense is there. The bat is definitively pesky. This is the kind of a guy who could easily be behind the plate for a decade plus. Especially if the rest of the bat develops. Heck, you could probably start him right now if you were really in a pinch. Although with Satoyuki Kubota and Shinji Yasuda and budget available, why don't you just go for the free agent market? Anyways, that's my perspective. Hey, I mean, you gotta re-sign your faves, Caged. That's why Isamu Endo is still with the Cubbies and why I'm trying to get Naoki Hayakawa back. And Tokita Sento. Just probably not Tsuneyuki Tsuchita. I have too many catchers.
Hiroshima
Back to the Phoenix. Jihara Haruo Hoshu Senshu Daigaku. And that's 2 teams in on Jihara. There's 3 coin flips going to be happening here. Yikes.
Kansai
A new name? Someone we've already seen? Kawamura Munehiko Hoshu Futenma Koto. A catcher with the name of Kawamura, being called by the Cubs. Where have we seen this before? The bat is high ceiling, low floor. Let's put it that way. If this comes through, we are talking premier catcher. Defense is already there too. You gotta love the personality. What I'm curious about is he related to the other Kawamura. So Obihiro Hokkaido. Tokyo. Okay, so no relation. And my other Kawamura first round draft pick is already retired. Yeah, the Dev Labs, this is a prospect more than anything. And given the Cubs' current position with having a gaggle of catchers ready to be a 1A, 1 or a 2, this pick makes sense.
Nagoya.
Let's see how the Dolphins go. Kawamura Munehiko, Hoshu, Futen Makoto. All right, that does it for the second pass. It's bad.
ラウンドが管理をしました。抽選の管理をするためにぜひお越しください。
Not a single uncontested pick. We have 4 coin flips to do. 4 spins of the wheel. Oh boy. Okay, let me get these set up. Good news is I already have like one of them set up. I just borrowed the same one from the Kaneko draft. Ludwig, you went uncontested, Connor. So, between the Golden Kites and the Vipers, player at stake is Taime Fukuzawa, one of the most hyped prospects in the draft. Let's see where he goes. Golden Kites finally get some luck. Tokyo Kinshi now 4-10 in lotteries. Fukuoka 0-6. They can't even win a coin flip, poor guys. This is starting to get comedic. And yeah, Golden Kites definitely need the help. Kinoko Gunso, Sergeant Mushroom. All right, Astrals and Panthers for Mizumoto. Whoops, that's not what I want. And of the 2 new GMs, it's the Astrals who get Mizumoto. This is Yokohama's 8th lottery win. Saitama continues their run of bad luck. Well, no, they've actually had decent luck. They started with atrocious luck, and then they finally broke through. And everyone remembers, of course, Panthers by a pixel, the greatest call in these of all time. Check my highlights for more information on that. All right, Jihara between Bruisers and Phoenix. Sorry, Meme Lord. Jihara is going to Hiroshima. The Bruisers now 5-17 in lotteries. Hiroshima back up to an even 500. Something about the Phoenix luck, you know? Nihon League eating good. Yeah, well, there's still one more Nihon League team. 2, actually. And they're facing each other for Kawamura between the Dolphins and the Cubs. Postseason rematch here. Kawamura to Nagoya. Nagoya only a round under 500. Kansai now 4-15. Blursid franchise. The ongoing joke in the league is that my poor club, the Cubs, do not know how to be normal, which makes sense because they're based on the Hanshin Tigers, who also do not know how to be normal. If you'd like to get this mod for yourself, make sure to grab the JPBO from Project Isekai no Yaku, available on the Out of the Park forums or on Steam. I'm going to be taking another break to get the next round set up. Gosh, I'm going to need another long song here. Where's my blue hearts? Let's do some Linda Linda. Let's go with that. Past 3 of the first round coming up shortly.
ドブネズミみたいに美しくなりたい写真には写らない美しさがあるからリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダもしも僕がいつか君と出会い話し合うならそんな時はどうか愛の意味を知ってくださいリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダドブネズミみたいに誰よりも優しいドブネズミみたいに何よりも温かくリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダもしも僕がいつか君と出会い話し合うならそんな時はどうか愛の意味を知ってください愛じゃなくても恋じゃなくても君を話はしない決して負けない強い力を僕は一つだけ持つリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリンダリン
Four teams remaining. Let's see who these remaining four clubs will have nominated in the third pass of the first round. Is this the last one? Or are we going to have another wheel?
第一順選択を希望選手
PA announcer for the Shinagawa Prince, sounding oddly like your host.
福岡 Tsuji Shinnin Gayashu Narishino Koto.
High school outfielder with maybe one of the cooler names at least, in the draft. Shinin Tsuji. Huge ceiling as called by Caged Wisdom. That is 80 grade on gap power, power, and eye, and still 50 on avoid Ks. 30 doubles on average, double-digit home runs, almost hitting 10 triples in his final season. You have to worry about the caught stealing. This might be a little too aggressive on the base paths. Could turn into a very solid outfielder. And he's a Ricky Henderson type. Bats right, throws left. At 6'5", he probably also profiles at first base too, let's be real. Huge ceiling here for the Vipes, as long as no one else calls him.
Saitama.
Let's see who the Panthers are going to go for.
Akada Yoshi. Toshu. Kyorin Daigaku.
High school or college pitcher here in Yoshi Akada. And this is a closer profile. Easily. Started games in college, but not a change-oof. Change-up is mostly there. 35 stamina. Maybe you stretch him into some kind of a emergency starter if you add him a third pitch. But you're looking at someone who's already throwing 96 to 98. Probably ready to go jump into a bullpen right now. And be a Kiyoshi Hino type who can go multiple innings. This is a stopper here from Kyorin University. Yeah, Panthers trying to get back into the game or into the postseason in a hurry with this pick. Caged, I got to get you on Vos at some point because you are providing some excellent analysis.
Sapporo.
Those poor forlorn bruisers.
Munemasa Wak. Toshu. Morioka Chuo Koto.
So Munemasa here. Let's take a look. Interesting call. 4-pitch mix, screwball, change-oof. This is suppressing the bat more than anything else based on balls. Stamina is definitely there. Sprinks of batting as well. Potential eye. Could do some fielding in a pinch. Interesting call here from the Bruisers. Sub-2 ERA in all 4 high school seasons. So if you look at the stats as opposed to the ratings, this is a top talent. But it's an interesting call. Only one team remains. Fake potential pick. We'll see how that looks. Well, you're the one who made the call, Meme Lord. I can show you your draft picks. You had this guy. Sorry, dude? Question mark? Whatever, you can recover on your second round selection. That much I know. Because Lord knows I've done it plenty.
Kansai.
Whoops, there we go. Kansai Cubs. Are we going to be clean or are we going to go back to the spin board?
Hoshida Tomii. Toshu. Nishinomiya Koto.
Drafting a local boy from Nishinomiya High School, Tomi Hoshida. He's got to be elated that he's been picked by the Cubs. Yeah, he's a bit of a slop thrower. 4 pitches, not quite ready for prime time yet. But you look at the control, the movement on those pitches, the stamina. This is a prospect. An option to continue to develop. This is a project, but if this comes in, not like the Cubs are lacking for pitching talent either. There's no rush for Hoshida, so he's got plenty of opportunity. He was your 5th selection, Ben. Look at the relative to Winter League ratings. Oh, okay. Yes, that plays. All right. I think that wraps it up.
ラウンドが完了しました。
So, to run down the list, Tokyo Golden Kites grab Taimei Fukuzawa, one of the most hyped prospects. The Astrals will be taking Toyoji Mizumoto, high school pitcher. The Woodpeckers win their first ever first round lottery to snag Shuji Kasumi. The Vipers adding Shinnin Tsuji, high ceiling outfielder. The Panthers taking college closer Yoshi Akada. The Bruisers adding pitcher Waku Munemasa. The Phoenix picking up catcher Haruo Jihara from University. The Cubs adding Tomii Hoshida, pitcher. The Aces zagging on everyone to grab Nakata, the infielder. Dolphins winning in the second round for Kawamura, the catcher. Jaguars getting the top high school pitcher in Takabayashi. And the Bulls getting the top overall bat in Nikko Kaneko. So, that's your results. They will be entered into Stats Plus shortly after the conclusion of this save. The timer starts tomorrow, but I know a lot of y'all have your lists all set. You'll see me next on Wednesday with Saving Mike Trout as the 2015 season begins. And we'll see what more updates I can give y'all on this league. Time is precious, folks. I'm grateful you've chosen to spend some of yours with me tonight. Firage, take us out. Have a great weekend.
you